An event like this is going to make people feel more staunchly what they already feel and more angrily what they already feel.
Take a look what happened.
Well, so we've come out to Brady Street. It's the main drag in the evening where people come in Milwaukee just to have a drink in one of the many pubs up and down this street. A lot of people, as you might expect, they knew exactly what had happened a couple of hours ago. And I'm interested in what they think about maybe the meaning of what happened. This country was already divided. We know that. There were worries about violence and political violence. We know that. And the political impacts of an assassination attempt against Donald Trump. Would it move the dial? And if it does, how? Anyway, I want to put some of these questions to people here. Let's see what people say.
We were at the Milwaukee Brewer game, the baseball game, and everyone around was seeing these text messages come up, and we saw it, and we were first surprised that it wasn't stopped and everything, and everyone was surprised. And then we started talking how this is going to be a big decision for the upcoming election due to just the uncertainty in the nation.
I mean, we've only seen the headline,
Sure.
But yes, that it's a wild thing that would be happening in 2024.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I know enough about the situation beyond the headline.
Well, even without knowing what happened, because we're still finding out what happened here. There was a shooter who's now dead, but it makes people worry about political violence, I guess, because there has been a big worry about that. What do you think?
I mean, I think we're more divided than ever.
And you would hope that we're past political violence. The division is rough to see.
It's worrisome to see that amount of division.
Right? This is America. We all love each other.
Well,
That's how it should be.
I don't know if
It's a
people do.
potpourri. It's a mixing. It's a melting pot, right?
Yeah. What does it make you think? Does it make you worried? Does it make you fearful? What do you think? Tell me.
Me personally, I'm not very worried. I know that security is going to be very tight for the RNC.
This almost would put people to rest about it due to them being like, this has gotten too far now. There's a lot of problems in this nation right now, and I think they're seeing like this might be the thing to bring us together because we're so divided now, but people want to like other people in their communities, but the political parties have been so divided, and that sort of defines if you're friends with a person or not now. And I think this hopefully will bring people together.
You know, when the country is so divided, I mean, we can see that from where we are. I mean, interesting. You're maybe hopeful that it's going to help people see that it's better to try to get on and maybe try and reach out to each other. But I guess it could mean that things are just going to get worse.
I think there's two ends to it. I am hopeful that it will get better, but at the same time, it could get worse with more uncertainty because people may oppose the opposite side even more now because it was already going that far, and now I think that could take it a step further.
Donald Trump supporters are going to say it makes him look more like a hero. It's going to make him look stronger than Joe Biden. Do you think it'll have a big effect?
I'm sure it will have an effect. Yeah. But the people, everyone, well, maybe not everybody, but I think largely people already feel how they feel.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to exacerbate that, and people are going to feel more strongly about how they feel.
I think that's a scary thought.
Is it to you?
Yep, it is.
Do you think it's possible?
Yeah. I think you never know what people's reactions are going to be. There's going to be people who feel the opposite way and people who rally behind him, and yeah.
I would see that. That is my take. I'm leaning that side already. I stand with liberal views in aspect to people, but conservative with economic, and I think a lot of people are right now due to the economy. They want better prices and everything, but I think this situation could definitely rule in favor for Donald Trump because of the photos that are coming out about it.
The pictures of Donald Trump with the flag and looking wounded with the secret agents all over him. It's pretty dramatic, looking strong.
Yeah.
And maybe people might think, well, that's so different to Joe Biden right now.
Yes, I definitely think people are worried about his mental capacity in a lot of aspects, and they haven't given any true detail to his appointments or if he's gotten checked for dementia or Alzheimer's, and I think they try and swerve away from that. But I think this will show that the Republican side has a stronger candidate in mentally and physically aspects.
You know, maybe both of the gentlemen are past their prime leadership years.
Biden and Trump.
Regardless of the side, you know, I think there's younger, more energetic, and not an ageism thing, but I think there's ideas out there that support the greater collective more so than, you know, where these two men are at.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump uses some pretty tough rhetoric himself. He uses a lot of tough language. He talks about, he said all hell was going to break loose today before this awful shooting even happened. I mean, it's has he got something to answer for when it comes to stirring up bad feeling and that sort of thing?
I definitely think he does in some aspects, but I hope his last term in presidency has taught him well to think before words are spoken due to his old Twitter language and like that. And January 6th, I think some words people took out of context, and I think he definitely is growing in that matter, and I hope he continues to grow in thinking before he says a lot of words.
I think anything that's happening that's more violent and more kind of aggressive and something like that is bound to divide people more. Yeah. Something like this, an event like this, is going to make people feel more staunchly what they already feel and more angrily what they already feel.
I think the political divide is as big as it's ever been.
Right.
I could see it going either way.
This is a scary time for America, isn't it?
I don't know. We'll see.
I
Hopefully.
think it's an election year.
Yeah.
It's an election year. They're always a little crazy. Things change day by day. This is the first we've seen something like this in a long time.
Yeah. This is obviously a huge outlier.
You never hope for violence, and you would hope that people have a little bit in them if they're ever getting to a point of, hey, we disagree on something, let's take a step back and kind of reconvene here. Yeah. I think that's what the country needs to do. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen like insurrection and everything. Tensions are high.
I do think America has gotten to a point where a lot of people are worried, but I'm truly faithful in this country that we'll come back together and become a strong country.